Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Now at 8 o'clock, a pedestrian and a driver are in the hospital after a crash overnight. We'll have a live report coming up. 2 men are in the hospital following a stabbing overnight. Police are trying to sort out the details. And the Wildcats took on the #1 team yesterday at Commonwealth Stadium. We'll have the highlights coming up in sports. These stories and more, plus breaking news as it happens, coming up on WKYT this morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for waking up with us. I'm Sean Moody.
And I'm Mike Linden. A beautiful start so far to the morning. It really all got started yesterday afternoon. And now, since that cold front passed, things are going to look pretty close to this for most of the day. Mostly sunny, aptly named Sunday ahead of us here. And you can see on the live sky camera not many clouds out there as we get the final Sunday of October started. First alert defender not really picking up much of anything either, although over southern Kentucky this morning, all those spots in that gray overlay there, Pulaski County, Laurel County, are all under a dense fog advisory until 10 o'clock this morning, so visibility should be rather low. But in about 10 minutes, here's what I'll be talking about. The beautiful day ahead, of course, but some changes will arrive by the middle of the week that could set up for a cold Halloween. I'll have all the details coming up.
New this morning, 2 people are in the hospital after a car accident involving a pedestrian overnight, and police said the driver may face charges. WKYT's Mark Barber is live at UK Hospital covering this top story this morning.
Good morning, Sean. Details are still limited at this time, but police are saying that 2 men were rushed here to UK Hospital after a truck crashed into a man. Now, investigators are telling us that it happened around 11:30 last night on Woodview Drive in Lexington. Officers say a man was walking across the street when a truck slammed into him. We're told that man and the driver of the truck were both injured and were rushed to the hospital. Police have not released their conditions at this time. Now, police are also not saying who is at fault for the crash, but I am told that the driver could face charges. Now, again, details are still very limited this morning, but we are working to learn more information, and as we get it, we'll bring it to you here on the next half hour of WKYT News and on our website, WKYT.com. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Thank you, Mark. Also new this morning, Lexington police are trying to sort out an overnight stabbing incident this morning. It happened at an apartment on Alexandria Drive just before 4 a.m. Police say 2 men were taken to UK Hospital with cuts and stab wounds. One of the men, they say, was stabbed in the head. Investigators say they're still trying to piece together what exactly happened. Lexington police are investigating a shooting that left a man injured. They tell us just before 9 o'clock last night, someone shot a man in the torso inside a home on Ward Drive. We're told when police arrived, the shooter was inside the house. They arrested him and took the victim to the hospital. Police have no updates as of this morning.
He did have a single gunshot wound. He did appear stable when he left the scene, but I'm not sure what his condition is at this time.
And police say they're still trying to figure out exactly what led up to that shooting. A Central Kentucky man is behind bars today facing an attempted murder charge. Danville police say Jerry Mathis, the owner of Jerry's Body Shop in Danville, shot another business owner, Rick Cole, on Roy Arnold Boulevard Friday night during an argument. When police arrived, they say the 2 men were wrestling with a gun and Mathis had shot Cole in the stomach. Now, Cole is expected to be okay.
It's unfortunate that we have an incident like this, but hopefully Mr. Cole can survive those injuries. And it was reported to me they were not life-threatening, but I just heard he was in stable condition.
The police chief there tells us there were employees inside the shop at the time of the shooting. They say investigators are now interviewing them. Lexington police are looking for a man who robbed a tanning salon last night. They say a man in his 40s walked into the Southern Rays Tanning Salon on Richmond Road early yesterday evening and took out a handgun demanding cash. Investigators say the clerk handed money over and then the robber took off. Officers used a helicopter and canine unit to try and track him down, but they say they were unable to locate a suspect. Laurel County Sheriff's deputies are on the lookout for an armed robber this morning. Deputies say this man entered the Saddlebrook Dollar General around 6 o'clock last night armed with a handgun. They say he robbed the store clerk and then ran off. Investigators had a limited description of the suspect. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Laurel County Sheriff's Office. Fishermen in Henry County made a disturbing discovery. Kentucky State Police said they found a human arm. We're told they were fishing in the Lockport community when they discovered it on Friday. State Police didn't find any other body parts. They expect it to take some time before the coroner is able to identify who the arm belonged to.
It's not something that's going to be solved overnight. It's not going to be solved in a week or a month, probably. It takes time. This is not CSI on TV. It takes a lot of time.
The coroner says he's not sure of the race or the gender of the person. He says he's also not sure how long that arm was in the water. Berea rescue crews pulled off a pretty dangerous rescue Saturday afternoon. Police say a man called 911 around 3 o'clock yesterday complaining of chest pains while hiking in the Pinnacles area. Crews caught up to him on one of the trails and were told helped him get safely down. There are just 9 days left before the 2014 midterm elections, and Kentucky Senate candidates are ramping up their campaigns. Senator Mitch McConnell plans to attend a festival in Betaville before continuing a statewide bus tour with some of Kentucky's Republican congressmen tomorrow. Meanwhile, Allison Lundergan Grimes finished up a Central Kentucky bus tour in Madison County on Friday night. Her campaign has not released the details on her plans the upcoming week. Congressman Andy Barr and challenger Elizabeth Jensen will square off again tomorrow night for their second and final congressional debate. The debate will take place at EKU Center for the Arts tomorrow at 7. Jensen and Barr went head-to-head last Monday on KET. The Affordable Care Act was a big topic in that debate. Now, you'll be able to watch this one live on the CW Lexington, and WKYT's own Bill Bryant will moderate that debate.